Let's talk about websites. I'm sure that every one of you would rather search on the web than using the database. But again, you're probably already comfortable searching on the web, and we need to talk about what makes a good article found online as opposed to something that we shouldn't be using. So many of you are probably going to go right into Google, and in Google, you put in something like vegetarian lifestyle, which I searched before here. And maybe you're arguing that a vegetarian lifestyle is going to be better than an omnivore lifestyle or a lifestyle in which you eat meat product. So we can go through here and we can see that there are various websites and articles. I clicked on this one, Healthline, and we're going to look at how credible it is. First, we see ads that are popping up. That might cause me to question credibility. I might look through the article, see what kind of information is on here. This looks like just relatively basic information. So it's not talking about the argument as far as whether you should live a vegetarian lifestyle or not. Let's go back and see if there are more like that talk about the argument. Again, a lot of these are just talking about how to eat a vegetarian lifestyle. So we might type in something like, we can see it brings up benefits or pros and cons. We can definitely go through those. But we might look at the controversy surrounding a vegetarian lifestyle to see if it is a good lifestyle or not. We get this article here. Why is vegetarian and vegan activism so controversial? If we look through this one again, we're going to see what type of information it has. And we're going to look at some rules that we can apply to various websites. One belief that I want to dispel is that a .org is better than a .com. We look at some of these, we have giving up meat was still controversial. We see this as by FAL Writing or FALWriting.com. And some students believe that a .org is better. But I want to take you to a .org, which is here. This is wikipedia.org. Of course, we don't want to use Wikipedia as a source. As we look through these topics, again, this is like an encyclopedia. So it's not going to give you a lot of the controversy, but also Wikipedia can be changed. So it might change from day to day. Now, if you just need to know something about a topic, you can definitely use Wikipedia for that function, but it's not something that we're going to want to cite within our essay. So let's go back to Google and let's actually look at EDU sites. EDU sites, they can be credible, but again, they're not going to contain a lot of information on controversial issues. So those are not going to be used much as well. But if we go to .govs, so let's try vegetarian again. And as we stroll through here, we see this one, newsandhealth.gov. .govs are ones that you might use when we start doing our research. When evaluating resources, I like to use this acronym of RECAP. RECAP will show you what type of information you should be looking for on that web article. We're going to start with the first one, which is recency. Is there a date listed and how old is the article? The internet goes back a while, and so we might have old web pages that are on there with old information. For instance, if we're looking up anything medical or anything that has to do with technology, we don't want to use old data. So we're looking at how recent is the article. We're looking at whether it's been evaluated or not. Has it been reviewed by anybody? We think of the peer reviews that we have done in class. Professionals also do peer reviews. They have colleagues look over their information and they address whether it is valid or not. Now, this might not apply so much in this second paper because we're just looking for stories or news articles. But once we get into the argument paper, we might be demanding more credible information and we'll look for something that is peer reviewed. The next one, C, is for credibility. Is the article supported with evidence from other sources, or is this an opinion piece? Is it by an author that is credible, or is it supporting what claims are being made? So we want to look at that credibility to see whether it's a legitimate article or if it's more just somebody's opinion. And we're going to go to the author. Is there an author listed? Is the author credible? Is the author a corporation or a group? Do we have any information on that author? And then lastly, we're going to look at the publisher. Is it published by a reputable publisher? Again, if we're using a .com or .org, usually they have a certain position or slant that they're trying to impress upon the viewer. So we want to make sure that the publisher is legitimate and not biased in any way.